Am I the asshole for making my girlfriend uncomfortable with my diet? I'm fairly into health and fitness, and a large part of that is eating the right amount of calories overall protein intake. I find tracking calories to be tedious, and never was a big foodie, so as a result I've lapsed into eating the same foods almost daily, and that works for me even if it's boring. My diet on a usual day consists of oatmeal with fruit, nuts, eggs, protein shakes, and vegetables. My girlfriend says she feels uncomfortable by how healthy I eat. She's very healthy herself, but a foodie, and tends to eat a lot more elaborate meals than I do. She says my daily intake makes her feel I'm secretly judging her for eating less healthy than I am. I'm not, because what works works. If she's able to eat what she likes and still manage to feel and look great, then by all means. Same goes for me if I'm able to meet my goals, and not get tired of what may seem a boring diet, then also I think that's fine. The issue is she disagrees, and asks me to start eating her cooking follow her diet. I don't mind doing so once or twice a week, but doing so every day would be detrimental to my goals, so I declined. This made her angry, and she said I was an ass for being inconsiderate. Am I the asshole? Nata, tell her stop being insecure and ridiculous. Food is fuel and diet is extremely personal. Tell her you won't compromise the comfortability of what you put in your body simply because she feels unwarranted shame. Your health is your own, she won't feel the effects of your altered diet, you will. Not the asshole. Asks me to start eating her cooking follow her diet. Imagine the reaction if you said this to her. Not the asshole. You get to decide what you eat. It's your choice whether to be flexible on that. If you can't be flexible, though, be prepared for the possibility that it might end up being a deal breaker for her. If sharing her love of food is important to her in a relationship, or if your diet triggers body image issues for her, it might just be one of those situations where you're incompatible. Not the asshole. You're an adult and can feed yourself however you want. That being said, I love cooking for my love, and I love fancy dinner dates where we can dress up and try new foods, especially if we're traveling. I'd be sad if I didn't have that with my partner, and it might be a deal breaker. I dated someone with a similar boring diet, and what ended up happening was I did everything I wanted with someone else until I realized that I was missing out by not having that in common with my partner. So you're being an ass for being inconsiderate, but she is in the right for being inconsiderate? I don't understand people. Not the asshole emo. Not the asshole. She seems to have her own insecurities about it. As long as you aren't forcing her to follow your diet, you aren't in the wrong. Like you said, what works works. Nata, no way, don't let someone force you to do something you don't enjoy. Not the asshole. I seriously don't get that. Why does she feel the need of controlling what you eat? You sound pretty laid back. It's not like you're forcing her to do anything. So why does she think she has the right to tell you how you eat? I feel like a talk is needed for this to work out. As you said, you do you and she can do whatever she wants. It's not that you can't ever eat together, you just have to each eat what you want to eat. Good luck. Not the asshole. Assuming you're really not judging her or telling her what to do at any point. Her insecurities are for her to work on, she can't demand you change up your life because of them. I would think of making an exit. People who expect others to change take the joy out of their lives to cater to their insecurities are the worst. Not the asshole. It seems like this is an insecurity of hers. I know a few people who had comments made about their eating habits in the past and are now insecure and hyper-aware of the possibility of people judging them in regards to eating. Go easy on her. There's clearly a reason she's bothered by this, and there's a fair few comments here that seem to be lacking the other side's perspective and talking shit about her. Empathy and understanding is the way forward, and helping her get to the root of the issue will hopefully help begin to dispel the insecurity. I don't think she wants you to break your diet. She thinks you are entering ed territory. Most people eating for survival but also for pleasure. Those like you that don't care much about food pleasure usually just eat so they won't die, and foods can be of the blunt boring side. It's just rare and people don't get it. No one of you are assholes. Not the asshole. What you eat is your business as long as you're preparing it and paying for it. If your GF feels secretly judged, she's insecure. And that's something that she needs to work on herself. Live and let live. Not the asshole. You're entitled to eat what you want, healthy or not. I think it's respectful that you'll eat her meals once or twice a week, but as stated, following her own diet every day would be a prohibition on your own goals. Also to consider, men and women have very different nutritional needs. No two people are going to have the exact same lifestyle, no two people have the exact same nutritional needs. It does sound like it could be veering into eating disorder territory if you can't adjust your macro plan to be able to eat out once in a while or cook a more elaborate meal together. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having a boring, healthy diet, but if any change from literally the same foods every day is a cheat meal and can't be factored into a healthy day of eating, I am a little concerned for you and the sustainability of this diet. That being said, she's making this very much all about her, and for that you are not the asshole. How many of you AITA folk would be willing to allow their partner to dictate something as minor as what you eat and not consider that a red flag that indicates you need to dump the asshole for his/her lack of respect? Some of you are basing your asshole judgments on whether you agree that it's weird to do what he does rather than if doing what he does is disrespectful and makes him an asshole. Not the asshole. She made a problem in her head and asked you to solve it. Now she is upset cause you declined. While it's a good idea to add variety to your diet, it's not something she should be deciding on. She needs to take care of her insecurities. Nata. However, have you thought about whether this makes you compatible? I, like your girlfriend, am a foodie. I love cooking and trying new things and eating out, and I think I'd struggle to be with someone who didn't also like those things and ate a strict diet like you do. Food might be a love language for her, and not being able to share that can be hard. Just a thought. Not the asshole. It's your body, so you can eat what you want. However, I will say that in my opinion, part of being in a healthy relationship is appreciating and participating in each other's hobbies. If cooking is something she enjoys doing, it's not surprising that she'd enjoy sharing the experience of eating what she made with her partner. I'd say as long as you participate occasionally with tasting what she makes, you're in the clear. And you did mention you wouldn't mind doing so once or twice a week, which I think is reasonable. Not the asshole. Ask her how she would feel if you started to try to dictate how she eats. I bet she wouldn't like it at all. You are just eating what you want to. Even though she is eating healthily herself, she shouldn't be trying to drag you down to her level and make you feel bad so she can feel better. Not the asshole. You are willing to compromise, but she isn't. You should ask her to alternate, so sometimes you follow her diet and sometimes she follows yours, and see what she responds. Not the asshole. You eat what you like and she can get over it. You are not the asshole. She is overly sensitive to something she shouldn't be. As an aside, my youngest did the same thing as you. He ate only chicken breast, no spices and rice for his base meals. I'm sure there was other stuff he added. I remember oatmeal being part of it as well as frozen fruits. He could cook. Was a cook working for restaurants. He just chose not to eat that way. This was not a reflection on me or my eating habits. It wasn't about me at all. It was about him and what he felt was going to get him to his goals. I would call you the R if you were eating unhealthy and being unreasonable if she expressed concerns, or if you were eating all your money away, but you're not doing either of those. Eating a bland diet doesn't concern her. You made a compromise 1 or 2 times a week if she wants to share a meal and she doesn't like that. If you aren't financially obligated to share meals, she's making a problem where there's not one. Just keep doing you if it works for you. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She is projecting her own insecurities on you. I don't eat the same as my partner. There is no rule to say you need to.